Today I'm going to show you a couple of different ways for putting in memorabilia in your mini books or albums when you collect pamphlets and maps and things like that. This is just a double-sided map that I've simply put like a fab rip, which is a adhesive backed fabric from Studio Calico, along the edge, and then folded it so that I just caught the map just right here along the edge. That way I didn't actually poke holes in my map, so that I can poke the holes for the binder into the actual fabric and then have it be both sides, and that way I didn't ruin the map. I also reinforced this map. It was kind of a thin piece of paper. I reinforced the edges of this with a piece of washi tape. I just simply put it over on the one side and then sliced it, cut off the edge, folded it over, just to give it a little more reinforcement so that it wouldn't rip and tear and could handle the wear and tear of people looking through the album. Next, I'm going to show you a really great way to use a pamphlet. This one in particular opens up in multiple ways and would not work in the same fashion as that map. And so what I did was put it on another piece of paper so that you could still open it and then view it within your mini book. And that's what I'm going to show you how to make. So this is the map in which I want to include in my mini album. And it opens like this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece of paper and adhere it and cut it on this piece of paper to put into my mini book. I picked the piece of paper based on both sides, liking the pattern that are on both sides. I like this plain white pattern and how it's going to fit with my map along the edge, because I want this part will be free. And then I like the way that this side looks, and it's going to be on the opposite facing page. Now if you didn't like the page that's on one side or the other, you can always obviously put another strip of cardstock or paper, or even decorate it with washi tape or anything that you want in order to get the paper that you want on both sides. So I know that I want to leave about that much on this free before I cut it, but I'm just going to mark it with a pencil at the top and on the side down here as to where I want to trim it, so that's exactly the same size as my map. And then use my trimmer to cut it. Make sure that's the right size that I want. Perfect. So then once I get it in there, it's going to look like that on the back, like that on the front. So I'm going to use one of the page protectors that I'm using in my album to just locate where the holes are going to be for the 3-hole punch, or actually it's 2-hole for this. And what I discovered when I did it the first time was that I put this right in the middle and then realized that the bottom edge of my album, this part right here, would stick out. So I advise you to take the page protector and line it up with the bottom of this piece of paper versus trying to put it exactly in the center. That way, the top part of here, if anything, sticks out of the top of your album rather than the bottom part, so that if you wanted to stick your album, stand it straight up, it could. So there's where I want to punch my holes. Just use that as a guide. Use my 3-hole, or my, no, it's not a 3-hole punch, office punch. There's washi tape stuck in there. I'm just going to make sure that it fits inside. Perfect. And then I'm just going to go ahead and adhere my map to the paper. This would also be the perfect place for a double-sided tape. And now I have my map that fits in there just perfectly, and I can still open it and view it, close it back up, and it's just like another page in my book. You can decorate it. I did all kinds of fun things in my other map that I plan to do this one as well, which there'll be pictures of when it's all finished.